Welcome to episode 5, everybody. When we last checked in with Yennefer, her time and duties as the court mage of Aden had run its course. Yennefer is now reflecting upon the choices that she has made and the life she wants to build for herself. Above all things, she's traveling the continent looking for a cure to the damage that was done to her womb during her enchantment so that she might conceive a child.
Just a few more treatments should do the trick.
At the same time, she is avoiding, if not flat out hiding from, the Brotherhood of Sorcerers.
Living off the grid with no resources. It's a dream come true.
Frustrated by her inability to find a cure, and needing more funds to continue the search, Yennefer opens up a small pharmacy and starts selling underground Viagra.
My issue is of a mechanical nature.
I have just the thing.
Shockingly, the local government isn't too thrilled with her selling knockoff Chinese wiener pills, and Yennefer finds herself in hot water.
What is this wretched business here?
It's pretty hard to deny the allegations when your client has a massive incriminating erection for all to see, so Yennefer decides just to turn herself in. Well, Yennefer being Yennefer and having ready access to a stash of bootleg Viagra, she takes over the entire town and throws an adults-only party. Not surprisingly, Airbnb rates have skyrocketed in the local area. As you might imagine, this type of activity draws the attention of the Brotherhood of Sorcerers, who want to bring Yennefer back into the fold.
Why are you here?
It is time to move on. Return to Aretusa.
Call it pride or stubbornness, or simply Yennefer having her own designs for her own life, but she refuses Tessia in typical Yennefer fashion.
You may go, Rectress. I have business to attend to.
We left Geralt at the Cintran Royal engagement party, but apparently a substantial amount of time has passed since then.
Geralt! Hello. What's it been? Months? Years? What is time, anyway?
As we find Geralt now, he has a perfectly relatable problem.
What's going on, Geralt? Talk to me.
I can't sleep.
Now, normally this could be solved by a couple of no-dos and a PBS documentary, but Geralt being a witcher, he has different ideas.
What are you fishing for, exactly?
A gin.
A what?
I'm looking for a gin.
For a gin? Like a genie?
Yes, it'll grant me wishes. It's in this lake somewhere, and I can't fucking sleep!
I mean, are you trying to hurt my feelings, Geralt? It's completely honest. What is that?
The gin. Let go.
And of course, Jaskier fucks it up.
Horses! Ass! It's a bit of an anticlimax. So how was I supposed to know you wanted 3 wishes all to yourself?
I just want some damn peace!
Well, here's your piece!
The djinn uses this opportunity to throw a magical curse on Jaskier's throat and quickly escape. So now, thanks to Jaskier, Geralt has insomnia, he has a djinn on the loose, and a friend who looks like a guy with a peanut allergy who just shoved a Snickers up his ass. At this point, Geralt has no choice but to abandon his plans with the djinn and save Jaskier's life. A local physician informs Geralt that Jaskier's affliction is of a magical nature and he should seek the services of a nearby sorceress. And that's when things get weird.
Whoa.
The apple juice.
I don't understand. Does he want me to get him the apple juice?
Now, every poker player knows there are just some nights when you should pack up your chips and head home. And that's usually the look you have on your face when it happens. Sadly for Geralt, that's just not an option.
The fuck? Stay. I brought you apple juice.
Despite the levity, this is actually a very important moment. It's the first time that Geralt and Yennefer have met face to face, and we also know that their timelines are now perfectly synchronous. Immediately you can sense strong sexual tension between the two. However, once Geralt mentions the djinn, you can clearly see Yennefer's motivations begin to change. As the evening wears on, so too does the distractions and outright seduction between Geralt and Yennefer. Geralt remains oblivious to Yennefer's plan to capture the djinn until much later in the evening when he checks on Jaskier's progress.
He will survive and recover his vocal talents. Does that satisfy you?
You want the djinn, but the M4 is broken.
The djinn is tied to this plane and its master.
Geralt tries to dissuade Yennefer from proceeding, but the entire night he's been playing checkers and she's been playing chess. She already has a trap in place in case he decides to try and intervene.
If you try and bend it...
Tough to get in your head. You've a strong will, but you can't contend with me.
Of course, Geralt isn't the first man to be seduced by a batshit crazy, albeit smoking hot chick in a hot tub, just to wake up with a hangover in a jail cell, and he won't be the last. In fact, I'm pretty sure those are my plans for next Wednesday. But maybe this is what he gets for sticking his nose in her business in the first place. In either case, his friend Jaskier is still in the line of fire, and that requires Geralt's attention.
To your witcher, oh valley of penis.
Geralt escapes the prison cell and is on his way to help Jaskier when he finds that Jaskier is fleeing from the mage just as he arrives.
Thank the gods. I might live to see another day. We need to go.
Now, at this point, Geralt can simply leave. However, once he realizes Yennefer's life is still in danger, he feels compelled to go back.
She wants to be the vessel. She wants to become more powerful.
As the scene plays out, it tends to suggest that Geralt has developed feelings for Yennefer beyond just simple lust.
No, don't you? I recognize the look. I know how you feel.
You're making me uncomfortable.
As Geralt rushes back into the house to stop Yennefer, he finds that she has already engaged the djinn. Geralt offers Yennefer his last wish as a lifeline or a way out, but as we know, this is not something that Yennefer's pride will allow for.
I'll give you my last wish!
You heroic protector! Noble dog! Permitting my success so long as you command it yourself!
The situation is escalating quickly and the outcome is very much in doubt. So, Geralt forces the issue by using his wish to end the confrontation.
Make your wish. You can have anything you want. The djinn. Ooh, where did it go?
Fortunately, Yennefer has a teleportation spell that she can use just before the house collapses on top of them. I mean, this isn't Game of Thrones, right? With the intense near-death experience added in, the sexual tension between Geralt and Yennefer reached its boiling point, and nature took its course.
Geralt.
And apparently, all it took was Geralt relieving a little bit of his tension to finally get some sleep. Let's just pause it here and reflect upon this for a second. Think about all we had to go through to get to this. Jaskier getting choked out by Casper the Ghost, Yennefer getting torn apart from the inside out, or worse yet, Geralt standing in the kitchen like an asshole holding apple juice with an unobstructed view of an old man's junk. All this because Geralt needed to relieve some tension? It's called masturbating into your sock, bro. It's a thing. Trust me on this. Let's just move on. So, let's move on to Ciri. When last we left off, Ciri was safe in Brocculon Forest outside the reach of the Nilfgaardians. At the same time, some of the dryads in the forest are debating as to whether or not Ciri should stay. Some arguing that she was dishonest when they first encountered her, others pointing out that she was simply scared and she could be turned into a powerful ally. Now, how awkward is this for Ciri? A group of people you don't know are talking about you in a language you don't speak. Someone shows up with a couple of severed heads and suddenly everybody's staring at you. On a cringe scale of 1 to 10, she's rocking a solid 17. She'd be less awkward wearing a Trump hat to a Black Lives Matter rally. In the end, they do decide to let her stay.
Ciri will be allowed to stay.
Frustrated by his inability to capture her by force, the Black Knight engages a doppelganger to imitate Mousak to lure Ciri out of Brockulon Forest.
You're different to other Dopplers. You're not good-natured or helpful, are you? I found his purpose.
The doppelganger steals Mousak's appearance and immediately heads to Brockulon Forest to bring Ciri back. Ciri, of course, follows him as she thinks it's her trusted friend who is going to be leading her to safety. And that's it for episode 5. I will be covering each episode and related news headlines for the entire life of the show, so if you did enjoy the video, please consider a subscribe, and I will see you after episode 6.